Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
Would you like to do some speed?
I would love speed.
Okay, I have
with Keanu Reeves or with Willem Dafoe, with Jason Patrick. What kind of speed are we talking about?
I have speed for you. Would you like to have it right now? We're doing a morning podcast.
I want some speed because my coffee with the caffeine in it is too hot to drink. I didn't know you were going to taste. What a nice surprise for me today on this day of days.
This is our first morning recording session of season 4. So here you go, Eric. Here is some speed.
Oh my God! It's a Sonic the Hedgehog speed energy drink.
Yeah, I bought
It's got a blue sky, American flag, so you know Sonic says American. Oh my good Lord. Chris, this is wonderful.
Great.
Like, I want to like treasure it and not drink it. Mark gave me a Flaming Mo one time, and that was the last good themed drink that I had.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, what do you think, Son? Hold on. God, this is just what I needed today.
Yes.
I had a bad run this morning, so this is going to pick me up.
Okay, good. How's this?
Ooh, yeah. That's like an energy drink of yore. Yeah, like all chemical, no taste.
Good. That's kind of like people who like Sonic the Hedgehog. All chemicals, no taste.
They fucking called it speed.
I know.
Thank you. You've given a great gift to me on this day of days.
Good.
I appreciate your friendship.
Okay, awesome. I hope it works for you.
Me too.
At least for the next 2 hours. Would you like to hear some hot sounds that I've recorded?
Yes.
Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic JRPGs, chapter by chapter, beat by beat. This is Season 4, Part 2, Suikoden 2. Kind of rolls off the tongue kind of nicely. My name is Chris. I'm joined by Eric, who also rolls off the tongue kind of nicely.
I'll roll any tongue you want, Chris.
We're also joined by the Real Net, a Morning Real Nets, a very, very European Real Net today. A collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. You too can do this. You can watch us too at patreon.com/retroam. It's fun.
We're also joined by the Fake Net, our post-production AI companion, and action card in neon white.
Initializing Fake Net.
The protagonist in Neon White was rescued from hell, and I am proud to assist someone who has sinned so greatly.
Oh, hello, Fake Net. How's Neon White?
I've never played it.
Is it the speedrunning game?
Yeah, I've only played about the first, let's say, series of levels, but I didn't realize it was focused on efficiency and speedrunning and perfection, which isn't necessarily my thing, but the aesthetic is smooth enough to allow me to remain interested in playing it.
Cool. It's no Mirror's Edge.
It's close. Like, it's a combination between that and Cloud Build, two also speedrunning jumpy games.
I love jumpy. Hear nothing. So, Eric, last time we left off in Suikoden 2. You all right there with the speed? The speed, is it hitting you?
Yeah, it's on my tongue. It's
okay.
Like it's.
Do you want a razor blade to put a small cut in your tongue so that you can really ingest that into your bloodstream?
I'm not used to doing full strength sugar drinks anymore, so this is.
Yeah, they do. They hit you in a certain kind of way.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
Where the hell were we?
We escaped the mercenary fortress with our boy Jowy.
We used some rope.
We used some rope.
We lit some shit on fire. We distracted the guards, and we are home free to the world map.
We're home free to go home. Our choice was let's go back to Kyaro town.
Yes.
Which is not Kyube. What was the other town that we were just at?
Ryube.
Is this another case of them using the same 6 letters to make all of the towns again?
It's possible, although we are going to be splitting our time, I think, between 2 different countries. Let's hope there's a different theme there. But Ryube is in the city-state, and Kyaro is in Highlands, so perhaps not. It makes me wonder kind of if like this was originally a single nation, and because the towns kind of have a similar feel to them, a similar aesthetic a little bit.
So let's go to Ryube. I didn't really have any world map adventures on the way there.
We've pretty much taken what we need to take there, but we get there and the peaceful mountain village is no longer the peaceful mountain village. There is some hubbub about town because we have a new song. What do you have for the song?
So we're traveling to Kyaro, but we have to go through Ryube?
Well, that's actually a good point. We could go straight north to the mountain pass, but you can't get through there right now with just Riou and Jowy. So you have to make the stop here. And I think most players would do this anyway just because you want to like get items and stuff.
Okay, but you're right. The new music is, I've got the Great Street Performers.
Oh, I've got Street Performing, which I like yours better. What is...
What's happening?
What's great about this song, Eric?
Yeah.
Do you have any comments about
I have
what?
no idea what's great. It just seemed like a strange, fun song.
It mixes in the melody from Theme of Perversion. Like
Oh,
halfway
really?
through the song.
Okay.
Yeah. With the exception of like the victory music after you win a battle, this is like one of the first callbacks to Suikoden 1 soundtrack.
Is the entirety of Suikoden like Dragon Quest, where it just kind of builds upon the soundtrack with each successive iteration and there's familiar themes everywhere?
I feel like the ones that share the most, what do you call it? Audio flair?
Yeah.
Is that a term?
AF?
Yes. Are the first 2 games, and for some reason in my head, Suikoden 5 kind of
Brings it back?
goes back. I don't really remember too much about Suikoden 3's soundtrack other than the intro music, so, but I recall it not being quite as punchy as this one.
Good. I approach the crowd in the center of town. The dim-witted gentleman from earlier is standing in the center, breathing fire over and over. He won't stop until I push some buttons on my PlayStation 4 controller.
Yep.
Ellie says, okay, now for our next performance, let's see. Okay, you over there. And yes, you, then points to me. Riou.
Yes, it's me.
The crowd parts and Ellie approaches Riou and Jowy. And then she says, okay, you're the right height and you've got a cute face too.
Thanks.
Come on, hurry.
This makes me think that Ellie is the magical seer.
Yes.
Like Leknot was talking about Tyr's wonderful face.
Yeah, and how she couldn't call him cute. It's
Yep.
wrong.
It's wrong. It's bad.
Jowy protests, but Riou is dragged away and placed next to that tree up at the top, that lone tree. Then Bolgan, who can speak, tells the crowd now it's time for their main event. Then he sheepishly introduces who?
Here she is, our knife-throwing expert.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's Ellie. She gets a bit steamed here.
Ellie? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I wrote down steamed because she had steam popping out of her head or that was just how I was describing her attitude, but she is this way because she told him that is not how she told him to introduce her. Then Bolgan course corrects here and says, here she is. The beautiful and famous knife thrower Ellie. Feast your eyes on her magnificent face and form.
Yeah, I don't really describe forms and faces as magnificent, but I can see how it could be. I mean, that is kind of demonstrative of her personality, where ultimately the messaging doesn't matter as much as she thinks it does.
Yeah.
But she wants to be a perfectionist with like how the show is about to go.
If I say the term magnificent face to you, whose face do you see?
Magic Emperor Galleon.
Magic Emperor Galleon.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That works. That works really well. Whatever I had in my head is now replaced by Magic Emperor
Okay,
Galleon, so
yeah.
I can't tell you what I was thinking when
Good.
I came
Sorry.
up with that, so it's okay. Rena, who's the other, I think, sister here. I don't know if we know that yet, but the other
That
one
probably says that's
yeah,
probably a family, right?
Yeah.
Performers.
tells Riou not to move. She hasn't been doing too well lately.
And that is like a hilarious joke to tell. Like, I don't think they bring volunteers for knife throwing exhibitions anymore.
No.
Like I think those are plants in the audience, even
Yeah.
if that is allowed to happen. But to say, oh, sorry, he had a few last night.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah, she says, but don't worry too much. I've got some good medicine. Is it mega medicine? If not, I'm out. Bolgan puts a fruit on Riou's head.
Melon, please.
Yeah, it's some sort of melon, yeah. I don't move. Yeah,
we get a choice.
Yeah.
Don't move. Move a hair to the right or move a hair to the left.
Yeah,
I choose not to move every single time.
same here.
She hurls the knife through different fruit. Then it's bananas. Then it's a small tomato. And the crowd goes crazy. The last one comes complete with a drum roll and then some applause afterward.
Yes. I also noted bananas and pumpkins.
Pumpkins? Yeah, I couldn't tell what one of those was. I'm glad you figured out it was a pumpkin.
Maybe a pumpkin or
nice.
some sort of gourd.
Bolgan congratulates his troop, and me, I guess. He then approaches Jowy and says, hey, you, help out too. Jowy can't believe this shit. And then fades to black, and music, a peaceful mountain village resumes.
Oh, we're back.
So are we to assume that they also did the same routine to Jowy? When you approach Jowy and said,
because it faded out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't read it that way because the language was a little ambiguous. I was like, what are they even trying to say here?
for our Patreon bonus episode where I asked you trivia questions, and at the end, you beat me and shot the can off my head. Were you aware that in 2 episodes we would also be talking about throwing knives on heads?
No, like I remember these characters, but I did not remember this whole sequence,
All right.
and that it came to
Saying that synced very nicely.
Yeah,
Chris.
good. You want to do it right? Get him right now? Try the Nerf guns?
They're in the car.
Oh, well, go get him. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
The show is over and we're up north by the tree speaking to those performers. They thank us, then introduce themselves. Rena and Ellie are sisters, and Bolgan is their big brother. Bolgan hops and screams his own name. Chris, I don't like the name Bolgan, not to call back to Lunar again, but there was a character there named Borgan, who, like, any kind of name that starts with B-O-R, I'm a G, and I'm not like a fuck it. Does this do anything for you? Does this upset you?
It doesn't upset me, but it does very neatly imply that this person with the BOL name is an oaf of some sort.
Yes, an oaf, like, just licks raw bologna all day, just does some strange activities.
Baby Huey looking ass.
Yeah. Jowy introduces himself and also me since I can't talk. He says we're on our way to Kyaro town in Highland. Rina says, hey, so are we. We've been to the villages around here. It's time for somewhere new. The only problem is... Then Ellie interrupts her and says, I told you it would be okay. Don't worry about the mist monster. After all, I'm here. So Ellie, she's the knife thrower, right? Mm-hmm. So that means she can has some combat prowess.
Yes.
And Bolgan probably is just blind rage, right? So these are good people to take with our fight.
Yeah, I love how the game is giving us a collection of weirdos to travel with us temporarily.
Yeah, I mean, the original Suikoden started all Victor was one of our first party members, right? And we're getting a kobold, a child.
Yeah, and these fuckers.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a weakness of the game's story, but Suikoden 1 started with Pawn, Cleo, Gremio. You already had all these people with you, and they were
all-stars.
Yeah, they were already kind of here with you, and that worked for that story, but in terms of a kind of mechanical diversity earlier in the game, we don't get it.
We're Chrono Crossing it up right now.
Yes.
Chrono Cross.
It's great. So they all three join the party.
Yes.
This is not obviously a permanent joining of the team, but we shall do the character profiles now because we want to, pace this podcast out. And it's very obvious that
human beings
are going to join us again later. You know what I mean?
I would assume if someone is in our party, they're going to be a Star of Destiny at some point. I don't think that they would not be in our party otherwise.
2 examples from the original Suikoden where they were not. Do you remember what they were, Eric?
Sanchez?
He did not join the party. I'm sorry, I meant the active combat party.
I don't actually.
Ted and Odessa.
Really?
Yeah.
God, Odessa's Star of Destiny was denied. Ted, I understand. Fuck him.
Yeah.
But Odessa, it wasn't meant to be.
It was not.
I really we should have brought Odessa back instead of Gremio. Just so she could marry Tyr and piss off Flick.
That would change everything.
It would.
Okay, let's do Rina first, Eric.
Star.
Rina is the Tenkin star, the dagger star, which maybe that should have been the other one, but okay.
Age.
Rina is 18 years old, Eric.
Hell yeah.
It's important for later.
Okay.
It is.
Consent.
She comes pre-equipped with the fire rune, so this is our first opportunity to experiment with magic. So that's very nice. What else we got?
Weapon.
Her weapon, Eric, is the darts. Her darts are called the Chariot, the Empress, or the World.
Awesome.
Which actually works out really well.
Is it a tarot card?
Because when you first walk up into this area, I think you said it, but she is at a table doing things with cards.
Oh, I see.
And when you come back, I thought she was doing card tricks, but when you come back to this town a little bit later, there is a guy who's talking about how his fortune was told by that pretty lady or something of that ilk.
Did not know that. Unite
attacks. She can participate in the circus attack, which with her siblings here, which is really awesome. Did you try it out?
No.
Bolgan will jump up towards the enemy and breathe fire on them, but he'll be breathing the fire so hard that he's like Goku when he's shooting a Kamehameha, but his body is moving back through the earth.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And it's so powerful. So Rina and Ellie go behind and embrace him so that he doesn't go back, so he can achieve maximum flames.
That's nice.
On there. It's a good attack.
It's like when you and your buddies try to push a door in and you all push each other to get the thing open.
Absolutely.
Secrets.
Secret number 1. Well, this is interesting. She's from the Grasslands, which is another kind of sovereign area of Suikoden. It's
full of grass, I assume.
Yeah, the first mention of the Grasslands in our podcast. Secret number 2. Rina and Ellie are sisters, but they are as different as dogs and cats. Rina is poised and sophisticated, a real adult. You'd never know they were only a year apart. Secret number 3, she says she's from the Grasslands, but the truth is, who can tell? She's been traveling ever since she was old enough to walk. Secret number 4, she can handle her liquor, let me tell you. She can even beat Victor in a drinking contest. That's important information.
Yeah.
That's a real secret.
Process that grain alcohol.
Yeah. She does not place any suggestions in the suggestion box during this video game. Cook-off introduction is the next one I have.
Yes.
I wonder what kind of cuisine this lovely traveling performer likes. It's Rina.
I feel like I never use the word cuisine in my daily vernacular. Like it's not a word I ever say or think to say.
I think cuisine, the word was ruined by lean cuisine.
That's my or kids cuisine was the only thing.
Yeah, because whenever I think of cuisine now, I think of some fucking shit with a bunch of salt in it frozen in a box.
I think of my friend Aaron, my mom serving them to us, and he says the corn tastes like pee.
That's not wrong.
Yeah.
Those.
How come you drank piss, Aaron?
Rina does not participate in war battles, so no death quotes.
War battles denied.
Yes. Anything else?
No.
Next character, Ellie.
Star.
Of Destiny. The Tenzai Star, the Star of Sin.
Hell yeah, dude.
I think these should have been reversed based on some information.
Fucking love Sin.
She is age 17, and she's a human female, as we already No.
That's pretty close in age to be sisters, right? 17 and 18?
Yes, if you
Isn't there
remember.
a name for that?
If you recall, but Irish twins. I think that might be racist, though.
Yeah, maybe.
I think, does that just mean Irish people fuck a lot? That's not racist.
I don't think so. Having sex is awesome.
It's a Catholic.
With consent.
It's a Catholic,
yeah, there it is. Probably
thing.
Catholic.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
a Catholic thing. Got it. We figured it out. Okay, thanks. Mystery. Secret number 5.
No
for
controversy
Catholic.
with Catholics. Don't worry about
No,
it.
yeah, of course, fine. Weapon. Throwing knives.
Unite?
Hold on, Eric. Slow down. Slow down, Eric. Slow down. The weapon.
I'm doing speed, Chris. It's hard for me to slow down.
That's true. Got to go fast. Her knives are called the knife, the slash knife, or the razor knife. The razor's edge. Unite attacks, Eric. She can also participate in the circus attack, and that's it.
Secrets.
Secret number 1 is just her biographical information that we already know. Her position within the eventual army created is the Royal Guard, which I don't understand. Secret number 2, she's been traveling ever since she left the grasslands. As far as her knife throwing goes, she's the real thing, all right. Secret number 3, she's got a big inferiority complex towards her big sister. Who can blame her after all? Rina is much sexier. It's not a secret. It's a weird guy.
Yeah, sexiness is subjective, though, so perhaps it's a secret to some.
Yes, we're going to have, we may have to reevaluate this once we know the character that is giving us these secrets later in the game. Secret number 4, she's got a thing for you, all right. She's always worried about you when you head off into combat.
By you, do you mean me?
I mean you, Riou.
Awesome.
She will have 2 different suggestions in the suggestion box. The first one is called Come By Sometime. Why don't you come by and see us once in a while? I think Bolgan misses you. Please come by. Number 2, my sister taught me how to cook a little, so why don't you come over for dinner sometime? Please.
It's an invitation I would take.
Cook off introduction. Just like her personality, she likes delicate flavors. It's Ellie.
There's like a game show kind of flair to all this. Is that the vibe that we're supposed to be reading? Because I have no idea what kind of cooking.
Yeah, it's a cooking game show kind of thing.
Okay. That is all. We got one left.
Okay, let's go Bolgan.
Bolgan. Can I guess how old Bolgan is?
Yeah, Bolgan is the Tenpai star, the Vanquished star.
Vanquish.
Bolgan is age?
38.
No, 16.
Oh.
He comes preloaded, by the way, with the Fire Breath rune, which is a one-off attack that will leave him unbalanced. And it's where he does that fire-breathing thing that we previously mentioned in the Unite attack, but
he has no support?
He has no support on that one, so it's not as strong.
So basically, when you say unbalanced, does it cost you 2 turns?
Yes, although still true in this game, when you are unbalanced, I think you can, you can defend. I think you may still be able to use items as well, which is not a bad trade for a lot of damage when you need it. Weapons, Eric.
Weapons.
Weapons are his fists. The glove, and the glove.
Awesome. Triple glove.
Well, yeah, but I have to, is the spellings. The first glove is lowercase G-L-U-V.
Uh-huh.
The next one is glove, capital G-L-U-V. And the third one is glove, like spelled correctly. So he's learning to spell.
So he gets smarter as the game goes on?
No, he gets smarter as he visits blacksmiths.
Okay.
That's how that transaction
fix
works
him
now.
up.
Yep. His Unite attack is, of course, the circus attack, which he can participate with his siblings.
Secret?
Also, he can participate in the servant attack, which we don't have those guys yet, and the flash attack. So he's got a lot of abilities to share. Secret number 1, he's from Zexon, which is also Zexon, which is interesting because that is one of the main countries in Suikoden 3. Also, not the same place as his sisters. Maybe that's where he was born, perhaps. I don't know. It's weird. Secret number 2, unlike Rina and Ellie, Bolgan is from Zexon. He used to be in the circus, but he ran away. That's when he met Ellie and Rina. Okay, so he's like their adopted brother. I'm glad we got that secret down.
Okay.
Secret number 3, he learned that fire-breathing trick in the circus. What kind of circus uses magical runes anyway?
I think all of them.
If runes exist in your universe, then you have to use them in your magic tricks.
Yeah, like circus is perfect fucking cover.
Yes. Secret number 4, he's been studying in the library lately. It looks like he's hoping to go to the Green Hill Academy.
The Green Hill Zone?
Yes, the speed zone.
Nice. Synchronicity.
Indeed. Suggestion. Number 1 is called Love. Bolgan like Riou, but Ellie, she loves Riou. Number 2, picnic. We had a picnic today. It was fun. I ate a lot of food. Number 3, study. Bolgan has been studying very hard lately. Bolgan learned all about all sorts of things from different countries. He's becoming a scholar throughout the course of this game, Eric. Cook-off introduction. Whatever he eats, he says, yummy. It's Bolgan.
Eats himself?
Did I say that?
No, but yummy, it's Bolgan. Like, I don't serve you food and say yummy, it's Eric.
No, but Bolgan isn't saying that. That's the cook-off introduction. That is what the announcer is saying.
Right. That's not really that much better, but okay.
It's not, but I think it's a hint that Bolgan will eat anything you put in front of him.
Garbage disposal.
Yep.
War?
War never changes. He does not participate in war battles.
What a shame.
Yep. Okay, that's all we have for the character introductions for these characters. Let's go.
Jowy asked about the mist monster. Rena lays it out. To enter Highland, you have to take the North Swallow Pass. But we've heard rumors that a horrible mist monster lives up here. If you guys are going to Highland too, maybe we can go together. Jowy says sure, then it asks me. We get a choice. Of course, it's my pleasure to travel with such a beautiful lady, or no way.
It's your only choice. You gotta call her beautiful.
You do.
Yes, and you do.
Let's do it. YOLO, let's go. Rena seems optimistic. She says, thank you. Now we cross the mountain with no worries. Ellie thanks us too. Bolgan says he is happy, and we all party up.
Cool.
Chris, it put Bolgan in the back of the party automatically, which is a nice nod to the original Suikoden with how it plays characters who can't attack in the back row.
Yeah, it's great. There are some instances when characters join you, it will ask you if you want to change formations right away. In this case, I don't think it did.
Yeah, and it's the first one. Like, is this game doing this shit on purpose? Is it like trying to teach you that some people can't attack without even... I mean, I guess you're supposed to read the instruction booklet, right?
Yes, which we never did on this podcast. We'll do it later.
Sometime. World map.
Yeah, let's go.
Adventurous journey plays, and we're heading far north. Did you fight anything new?
Nothing new here.
I fought Furfurs and Holly Boys, which are the first time I fought those in this. I didn't fight any Furfurs in the place before. And Holly Boys, I think... Didn't Holly Boys have the Nameless Urn or something last time?
That was the Holly Spirits.
That's right. Sorry.
The ones that
Excuse
summon
me.
the Holly Boys.
Well, then we get to North Sparrow Pass. There's no music, just the noise of birds chirping. A misty haze is drifting over the entire screen. This place looks upsetting and dreary. I head east and meet 2 state soldiers.
Yeah.
They say up ahead is the Highland border. There's also a rumor that a mist monster lives there. Chris, I think there's going to be a mist monster soon.
It's a boss, maybe.
No one is permitted to enter by the order of Mayor Annabelle of Muse. Please go back the way you came. Then Jowy uses the Jedi mind trick.
Yep.
He says, we have to get back. I mean, we have to go to Highland. The soldier counters with, sorry, we've got our orders.
Yeah. We're guards.
Ellie walks over to the soldier and gets in his face, says, come on, you can't just bend the rules just this once. My dude then gets flummoxed. He says, sorry, I can't do that. Bolgan screams and jumps and says, please. And then we get new music.
Yeah.
Theme of Temptation, Asian dub mix?
Yeah, theme of perversion, Asian dub mix.
All right.
Or perhaps.
That plays.
It's great.
It's wonderful.
It's a clear... It's not like the theme of perversion leveled up.
It's an Asian dub mix.
It's on a different plane of existence, of musical ranking charts or something. Yeah.
Rena walks over behind the other captain and says, Mr. Captain, can we have a little talk? My dude is taken aback, but then Rena says, come over here with me. And she walks with him off screen and it fades to black.
Yes, this is why I said it was good that Rena was 18.
Okay. Okay, that's why. Good. Alrighty. Again, like Suikoden 1, this game does not kind of waste any time.
No.
What a character attribute is. When the screen comes back up, Rena and my guy are exiting the top of the screen with the dude saying, go. But you have to promise to keep your mouth shut. Jowy doesn't understand what's happening, but Rena, the experienced older woman, says, but of course. Ellie can't believe this shit, says, Rena, you didn't. And Rena interrupts to say, if this nice captain says we can go, then we should take him up on his offer. Bolgan jumps up and down, excited at the idea of a man in uniform gently fucking his sister. Jowy has no idea what's happening.
So Rena did a sex.
I think so.
A sex
That's the
favor.
implication, right?
Yeah. I think when Ellie says that we're like, when she can't believe this shit, like she can't believe this shit, but this is not the first time this shit happens.
This is like, I think she can't believe her sister is doing it again.
Yeah, because they, obviously, we just learned from reading The Secrets earlier, they've traveled to many countries, so they've had to cross many borders.
And I assume there is consent both ways there, and sure, that's fine. It's not like my ideal encounter for a video game and how to pass, like not for our first Trick of Soldiers experience.
But at least there was a transaction here.
Right, yeah. So everybody got what they wanted, I guess.
I guess.
Disease.
Yeah.
We run behind the soldiers, and Jowy the Virgin asks Rena the Chad, Rena, what did you do to him? Rena backs off and says, nothing, we just had an adult conversation.
Oh.
That's all. Come on, let's go. We party up and those bird noises resume.
They do.
But then I go north one screen and some synth-heavy dungeon music plays.
Yeah, what you got for this one?
Labyrinth, Pimp 2.
Yes, Pimpa 2. Pimpa 2X. Yes, it's great. I
can't believe it.
I was so happy. And actually, it does feel like a sequel.
Yeah, it's got like an additional layer of instrumentation to it, and then the familiar theme kicks in.
Yeah.
The dungeon music from Suikoden 1. Enemies here, Chris. You find anything cool?
Yeah, I fought some bees. I think they're called killer bees, right?
Yeah, Wu-Tang Killer Bees.
Yes, some bonbons, which I think are just furs that are stronger. Some cut rabbits.
Those rabbits with the helmets?
And the scythes.
Yeah.
Something interesting about cut rabbits is that at a very low percentage chance, they will drop a double beat rune, which is a rune I think we had in the first Suikoden game. In this game, it can be exploited, and you can grind here and get one. I did not grind here, but
I tried.
I got one.
Oh, you fuck.
I got one before I saw the conversation on Discord about that.
I tried to get one out of here, but at a certain point, when you're playing a Suikoden, like you're playing, let's say, a half hour of game time that takes you 3 hours to take notes on, you just kind of want to get on with the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Do I need that double beat rune? We'll see.
You can get them later. You only need a double beat rune if you are going to try to min-max this game early, which it doesn't really need it. But
I like doing that.
some people have fun doing that, so I don't begrudge you one bit.
I also fought a wolf, which is just a green wolf.
Yep.
And then I fought some bandits, and I slaughtered human beings up here, I guess.
Yeah, they look like the Varkas and Sidonia bandit.
Yes.
kind
Yeah,
of
they're
guys.
just kind of a remnant.
Yes.
I keep heading north. I go a shitload of north, and I think the screens are starting to repeat. Eventually, I find a journeyman's crystal, so I save my video game.
Oh, so you did not find the delicious water.
Oh, yes, there is like a healing spring.
Yeah. I've got a couple of items I found along the way,
Yeah?
actually. Well, a firewall scroll.
And that's like a deployable magic, like an item magic, right?
Yes.
One-time use, consumable?
Yes, exactly. Let's save at the Journeyman Crystal, which is now the save points have official names.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not like that.
It's in universe.
Yeah, in this world, everyone knows you can save your game here.
Yes.
It all makes sense.
Good.
I head north and find a clearing. Rina says, I'm getting a bad feeling. Jowy says in Eerie, Riou, here it comes. Music. A worthy foe appears?
A powerful enemy appears. I like a worthy foe better, I
I
think.
would rather be a worthy foe than a powerful enemy. It,
Yeah.
it implies respect. It sounds like someone remixed Ultimate Enemy from Suikoden.
Yes, that's true.
The mist monster coalesces in forms. Into a cloudy devil thing with swirls going around it.
Yeah.
My guy looks like ice cream.
It's called the Mist Shade.
Yeah, that's its proper name.
Yeah, so this thing's pretty tough. It does turns its arms into spears or something and pokes us. and,
Yeah.
attacks 3 times per.
It probes.
Yeah.
At some point, it transforms into Pretty Lady Mist.
Yes, and does a thunder magic kind of thing on
Yeah.
it. After it morphed, I think I killed it the next turn.
Eventually, it evaporates or whatever back into water. And I think it was interesting what I got as an item reward, kindness drops. So in my opinion, the mist monster condensed into kindness drops.
Yes, in universe drops, yes. After this, we are all kind of equally excited that we decided to join forces, or we might just be dead. That's kind of how the
It's also
conversation
brighter
goes.
outside now without the mist.
The mist monster is now defeated, and Bolgan, of course, is hungry.
Rena laughs and says we need to get going. We're just about out of here. And I noticed that, hey, this place just keeps going, doesn't it? I love more dungeon after the boss in a dungeon. What a great idea for a video game.
After all, you just accessed the Journeyman's Crystal.
This is true. I continue heading north and Jowy parties out, saying Kyaro town is just a little further north. Ellie steps forward and says, so that's where we part company. It fades to black, and we're on the world map as Adventurous Journey plays.
Let's adventurous journey us.
When she says, did we just part company? I'm like, did they just leave our party, or are they doing that once we get to town? I head north along that path and find a kind of fucked town to the north.
Why do you say that?
It just looked odd on the world map.
Oh,
Like it had received some damage.
I think the world map representations are a little bit more diverse in this game, so
Yeah.
maybe, yeah.
Kyaro, music, homesickness plays.
I've got nostalgia.
Okay.
What is homesickness but not nostalgia?
I agree.
What is nostalgia but not homesickness?
I can be nostalgic for things that are, well, you can be nostalgic for things that you consider to be home. Like, I don't think anything I'm nostalgic for, I don't associate with the sense of home. So I do think that's an interesting, different localization, right?
Yeah.
Like, are you nostalgic for anything that you don't consider home to your person and personality?
No.
Like Mega Man 3, that's me in my basement when I'm a kid.
Yeah.
Transformers, me in the upstairs room watching cartoons, right?
Suikoden 2, playing it in my parents' basement.
There you go. See,
Yeah.
that's home. You cannot have nostalgia without a sense of home. Unless it's like Disney World or something.
John Doe says homesickness is like nostalgia but sad.
Nostalgia is also sad in a way because there's no going backwards. Like, you can't get that feeling back. You can only relive it and overwrite those memories.
Apparently, in the Japanese language, they consider them equal.
Okay.
If it was translated in 2 different ways.
Okay, yeah, probably.
At least in the
According to the translator.
in the universe of those translators. Yes, in the shared universe between the 2 translators who made that soundtrack.
The shared translator universe.
Yes, the Zofar Domain Kingdom Hearts Insider Universe.
Collective.
Yes.
We head
Anyway.
north, and my mouth is full of sugar, and I party right out before the proper entrance to the town. Jowy says, we finally made it back, Riou. Ellie spins around, then says, wow, so this is your town? It's really nice. Rena says this is where we say goodbye. It was fun traveling with you. But then Rena continues, so where you live? Maybe we could drop by next time we're in town. Jowy doxes himself, saying his house is to the north where the road ends, and that Riou's house is off to the west, which is vague enough for me, I guess. And this also provides indirect direction
Yes.
for the player of where we should go next.
As you know, your house is off to the west.
Yeah, and were you sad that the sex sister didn't ask where you lived?
Yes.
Me too.
I mean, in universe.
Right,
I
of
was.
course, in character, absolutely.
Yes. It's okay. We're still waiting on Leona from the
Yes,
Narc
to
Fort.
teach us about sex and
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah, we gotta learn those. We gotta learn, get our lessons first.
Hopefully I have a birthday.
The circus crew says goodbye
Yeah.
and leaves.
Bolgan says take care of yourself, which is more language than I expected from that motherfucker.
Jowy then says that the leader of mercenaries has got him worried, which it's funny to think about Victor as a leader of mercenaries,
Yes.
but that's what he's talking about.
I'm going straight home.
Yeah, I'm going home. Jowy tells Riou that Nanami is probably waiting, so Riou should go home too.
But I don't go home, Chris. You know where I go? The inn to save my game.
Yeah, we're going to go explore town first. I thought it was funny too, after the conversation was over and Jowy ran off, Riou's sprite turned around and looked at me, the player.
You,
Like,
like,
a
hey.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
It's like,
do
come on, let's go.
Let's do it.
You can control me now. So yeah, we do stop by the inn. Did you notice the architecture here is a little bit more Western/European looking
Yeah.
than the kind of Asian-inspired Ryube village?
I like how they're trying to get some diversity with the architecture.
Yeah, they are, and I guess the towns have like a shared kind of color scheme. You could say like the wood all seems to be the same color, like they all got it from the same forest. It's interesting.
I save my game and the innkeeper says, how can I... Riou, what are you doing here? You should take Nanami and run far, far away. There's also two NPCs. Like, that's ominous, right? The first person
Yeah.
I talked to. There's also two NPCs are at a table and they're eating. One says, I'm going to volunteer too. We can't just sit here and let them do that to us. And then someone who looks like Gremio from behind on their companion, complete with the green cloak, says, the peace agreement was a trap.
I also wrote down that person looks like Gremio.
It's like Gremio. I'm like,
Yeah.
are you fucking... Mom? The state is a bunch of creeps, all of them.
Yeah.
The maid here tells Riou that he's a wanted man now and he needs to hurry up and run away. I head upstairs and I find a kind gentleman in a room by himself. He seems to know me too because he says, if you don't hurry, this place will be in trouble too. You should run away. There's nothing for you here anymore.
It was this room that I first noticed that you can interact with many objects that are laying about. Talk to the flowers on the table.
Yeah.
And the dialogue box pops up and describes it. I got in here a violet, a candle holder, and on the floor there's a basket filled with firewood.
Okay, great.
So wonderful.
That's nice.
Then we go to the next room over.
Yeah, there's a goddamn dog in a purple suit with a briefcase in the other room.
It's amazing.
He's wearing silver sunglasses.
Yeah, this guy's amazing.
Yeah, is he the captain in Star Ocean? Where did he come from?
He holds so much promise for what the diversity of kobolds can be.
He says, I travel around and collect old stories from the people I meet. I heard that a hero once lived in this town, but nobody will tell me any more than that. Chris, is that true?
Is he writing old books?
Can you see the future? Am I the hero that once lived in this town?
Or he could be investigating our deceased grandfather. Maybe he was a hero.
Okay. Yeah. No, I understand. Town. I go about the town. I don't have every town NPC because some just have blah, but I wrote down things interesting.
Yeah, I went back outside. There's a man immediately there on the street who says that the Unicorn Brigade was the heart and soul of this town.
Chris, what is the heart and soul of our town, of our city?
Of our city?
Of our city.
Oh, fuck. I mean, do I work for the tourism board or do I not?
You do not.
Okay, this is gonna be harder.
You're a
though.
member of culture.
The heart and soul of our town.
One cynical, one true. Well, that's what I have in my head.
You go.
The cynical one is, of course, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
And the other one is Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, that's better. I was gonna say if I work for the tourism board, I would say that the soul of this town is alcohol in the form of bourbon.
Bourbon, yeah.
Or horse racing.
Horse racing. I don't give a shit
Yes.
about horse
Animal
racing.
cruelty
Yeah.
and debauchery. That's what we're known for.
Oh.
There's something else too, right?
Baseball bats.
Segregation.
Yep.
Fucking hell, dude.
I like it here.
The Unicorn Brigade being the heart and soul of a town,
Uh-huh.
right? That's kind of equivalent to like a small American town and their high school football team.
Okay, I was going to say little league team, high school football
Yeah.
team. Like, you don't have any real power, but damn, it's fun to root for you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
And your coach. A guy further down to the east says, wow, Captain Ryube is amazing. I heard that he was so brave during the state attack. Chris, the propaganda machine is pumping.
Yeah, it is.
There's two ladies facing each other. The one in the green shirt and yellow skirt says, did you hear? The Atreides boy. He was in the army, but now they say he was an enemy spy. I wonder why. That boy had everything money could buy. Chris Jowy's rich.
He's rich, and remember when Paul was like, "Oh, you're eating like a fucking nobleman." Yeah, he is a nobleman.
was.
Yes,
He
and his name's
was.
Atreides. We should have fucking figured it out.
Her companion says, looks like he was tempted into it by that boy from the dojo.
Oh, that boy from the dojo.
Am I the boy from the dojo?
Yeah, it's me.
They notice it's me and then freak out and scream. A little girl wandering around says her big brother hasn't come back yet, and she asked her mom and she doesn't know when he'll be back either. Chris, you know where he is? He's dead.
He died.
fucking dead.
Yeah, he died in the war. This is the horrors of war. He's one of those guys that was laying down on the path when we were escaping that got shot with an arrow or whatever.
Yes.
Calling for mommy. It's fucking... All those kids that died were from this town.
Yeah.
If you think about it,
Yeah,
because this is where the Unicorn Brigade is headquartered.
Something I appreciate here, and also appreciated in our first season of Xenogears, is post-war town when all the people come back.
Yeah.
Like that's something I never noticed in RPGs before, but I guess it's more present in communities that are affected by war. Because I didn't know anybody directly. I mean, I knew one person that was in our recent wars in the Middle East, right? But like, they didn't leave families behind because they got recruited right out of fucking high school.
Yeah.
I head all the way east and approach what I assume is my house.
Oh, east. Okay. You're going east, but it's not your house. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's not my house.
Yeah. Is this up the ramp?
2 guards are out front. And Riou jumps and runs away when they notice him.
Oh, you went all the way to the right to the, This is actually like the Unicorn Brigade headquarters. I thought it was like a castle or something,
But it's the headquarters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a house on a slanted hill. It's empty except for a guy sitting by himself at the table. Big brother, is that you? Oh, it's not. Oh, it's you, Riou. Listen to this, about my eyes. When my big brother gets right, he says he'll take me to a famous doctor in the Torn Republic and have my eyes fixed. Oh boy, I can't wait. I want to see what you look like, Riou. I bet you look cool.
Cool world building here, Eric.
I bet you look cool is what I said to a lady once over AIM.
Do you think that the doctor that he's talking about is Dr. Lucan?
Yeah, maybe. Or like, I think we've already... Didn't Toto work for a doctor too, somewhere?
Dr. Juan.
But
I thought Dr. Juan is from here, not the Torn Republic.
Well, this guy can't see, so perhaps he doesn't have a good strength of
Map.
distance. Yeah, a map.
Okay.
There you go. That's probably an inappropriate joke for visually impaired people. I apologize for that.
Outside this big house, I think it's this one. There are some flowers that you can investigate, and they are called buttercups.
Oh, cool.
And one of them you will find 100 potch hidden in the buttercups.
I could use some extra potch.
Yeah.
There's a house in front of the little girl who misses her brother.
Yeah.
I speak to a man in it, and he says, Hey, it's Riou, traitorous villain. My son is dead because of you. I'll have you hanged for this.
Whoa.
Riou auto runs out. Father does not prevent me from talking to his daughter, still wandering around out front.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, you go back in there?
No.
I did. I talked to the lady of the house. She says, Eek, what are you doing here? You're Riou, stop. And my guy runs out again.
Wow.
Chris, I go back in the house.
Do they chase you off with a frying pan?
Not the mama. I go back in the house again and the shit just repeats over and over.
Okay.
I went to the north side next.
Yeah?
There's some NPCs out here. There's a lady who says a potent, looks like war again. Everyone is screaming for blood. I can't forgive what the city-state did either, but war is hell.
It is hell. Hell spells Suikoden.
I walk by some backyard, then a kid in a purple sweater stops and yells at me. Says, You, Riou, how dare you show your face here? You won't get away with this. And then the child runs away. I go in the tavern that's up here. The item store guy is like, how can I help? Riou, what are you doing here? You should take Nanami. Nanami?
Nanami.
I'm destined to say it like the opposite way you are. I don't know what the fuck. You should take Nanami and run far, far away.
And I'm like, can you sell me some items? But he doesn't.
He doesn't.
No.
The lady upstairs doesn't believe that Riou is really a spy, but tells Riou he should head home and check on Nanami.
Mm-hmm. In that house where the man and woman chase us off, did you go upstairs and across that like pedway area?
I don't think, maybe.
There's like a storage area up there, and there's an old man up there too. But I went in there, and there's like a lot of items that you can investigate. There's like a storage room where there's cookbooks, a small cupboard, shelf with miscellaneous items, old map of Kyaro town, and sealed barrel. Upstairs, there's a nice-smelling plant. And then there's like an old man, slow-moving sprite, who recognizes us as Ginkaku's boy. In this room, there is a book on the table. It's called the Foreign Language Book. Multiple languages. Out in the hallway, there is a potted begonia plant and violets. Also, a pot left alone for a long time.
Okay.
Just the pot that you left.
No pot. It's collecting rainwater.
You got to pass a drug test. Leave your pot alone. There's another empty room full of difficult books, and also, my favorite item here, a pickle jar.
What's your most difficult book you've read? Don't say water margin.
Water margin really isn't that difficult in terms of the prose.
Yeah, but it's a lot of length, right?
It's true. Oh, shit. The most difficult book that I've read, The Crying of Lot 49. Nice. And that book is like 150 pages, but fucking try to read that shit.
Is it upsetting?
It's Thomas Pynchon. It's just fucking
I've read
language.
Pynchon. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's just the language itself.
Mine would either be Infinite Jest, which is the classic white guy answer that I didn't finish, or Promising Young Boy. No, that's not it. Beautiful Boy. That book made me cry like 1,000 times.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Great. Anyway.
Jowy's house. I head all the way north and a new music, A Prayer to Mother, plays.
Yes.
So you did this or didn't do this?
Well, I got a scene with Jowy later.
Maybe it's this?
So is Riou present?
No. Yes. No, I think he just witnesses it. Well, I'll go through it. I head all the way north as A Prayer to Mother plays. Jowy is confronting someone here along with 4 armed soldiers in blue out front. Jowy says, well then I guess you don't believe me. So well then twice really hits hard because Jowy can't believe this shit and he's sad about it rather than angry.
Yeah.
Marcel, the well-dressed man he is speaking with, says, once you were my unworthy son, but no longer. From this day on, you are no longer an Atreides.
Wow. By the way, his father looks like a butler. Like, I thought it was his butler at first. Just because the way he's dressed.
When he says unworthy, does he mean adopted?
Yeah, I was wondering if this was like a Jon Snow situation as well.
Bastard type thing.
Yeah.
The soldier moves to step in front of Jowy, who says, why won't you believe what I say? I'm your son, aren't I? Or is the blood in my veins foreshadowing doubt, Chris? Is the game just suggesting the bloodline is irrelevant to the conversation?
I think maybe so. I think maybe Jowy
does he not know he's adopted?
Maybe Jowy's adopted and does not know it, yeah.
Marcel digs deeper. It hurts to look at you, Jowy. I can't recognize someone who has committed treason as a member of the Atreides clan.
Wow.
Jowy then dumps some dots on him, then slowly backs up. The 2 Highland soldiers surround Jowy and reply, hey, come. Jowy puts his hands on his hips, and then Marco, who has a nice leather jacket, says, goodbye, big brother. You are not my big brother anymore. Goodbye, Jowy. And Chris, I'm like, my big brother? You mean my big brother?
Yes. Yes.
Jowy becomes hysterical and says, please, mother, let me see her. Let me talk to mother. Marcel gives it to Jowy straight. Rosa said she doesn't want to see you. Chris, do you believe that? Or do you think he's speaking for mom?
No, he's speaking for mom for sure.
Jowy screams, you lied twice, and then says, stop, let me go. I want to see my mother. The soldiers move to drag Jowy away. And then I wrote, for some reason, is this a Shelley Miscavige situation, or is Jowy a mama's boy? Like, is the woman kept under lock and key and not allowed to speak?
Oh, okay. I didn't understand your reference. Sorry.
Scientology wife.
Okay. Maybe so.
Yeah.
Rich people are fucked up, man.
Yes. Generally. Yeah. Almost by definition.
So it's interesting.
If you're rich, please donate to our Patreon.
So you must have got this scene by stumbling upon Jowy's house.
Yeah.
The game controls for this. If you miss it, it will show you this scene later after some of the
like
other
it's just
missions.
part of the sequence.
Yeah.
I head all the way to the west and find a long nature path to my house.
Mm-hmm.
I check the big tree on the cliff. I check it 3 times. Then Riou walks a circle around it and digs up a little guy. This is Mukumuku?
It's Mukumuku.
A happy tree squirrel?
Yes.
Okay.
This is great. I love how Mukumuku will like follow you around. It's really cute and expressive.
There's no information about this? You know what? Great. Perfect.
Mukumuku joins the party, Eric.
Yes.
He's on your fucking team.
You want to go over Mukumuku?
We have to. There's a monster on our team. Mukumuku is a star of destiny, the Chima star, the devil star.
Age, how old's the squirrel?
Age, 6 human years.
Hell yeah.
In squirrel years?
Fake net, what is it in squirrel? Oh, you already got that?
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, no, I don't. It's on the wiki. It says question mark for flying squirrel years.
No, that's not true at all. Fake net, what's the average lifespan of flying squirrels? We'll do the math.
Initializing fake net.
Flying squirrels live up to 13 years in captivity, but rarely more than 5 years in the wild.
Weapon.
Mukumuku, Eric, has no weapon. Mukumuku
sharpens his teeth.
Mukumuku is the weapon.
Okay.
His whole fucking body.
Music is the weapon.
By the way, the wiki identifies Mukumuku as male. I don't know if that's cited or not, but that's what we got.
We'll see what Hot Tubby gets in.
Yeah, before we get into anything deeper, I want to give you some information about Mukumuku that is atypical here. If you don't get Mukumuku here, you can still get Mukumuku later.
Excellent.
There's a certain...
Ask your doctor about Mukumuku.
Yes. There is a certain road on the world map that you must traverse over and over again. With an open slot in your party, and Mukumuku may randomly join it.
I like how they controlled for that, but it's like even more fucked than checking a tree 3 times.
Yeah, and we may as well discuss this here. There are like 6 more flying squirrels that you can recruit in this manner.
Jesus, really?
They are not stars of destiny, though. You can just get them.
What do you mean you just get them? They hang out with you? They fight with you? What do you mean?
Yeah, you can get them as party members.
We can have party members who are... Oh, well, I guess there's precedent for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So they are...
Can I beat the game with them all?
I'm not sure how many mandatory characters there are.
We'll fight that battle when we get there.
Yeah, well, we've got a while to go. Speaking of those squirrels, Eric, Mukumuku can participate in the 5 squirrel attack, which is...
Quintuple squirrel. So it's a fully loaded squirrel party.
Yeah, we're not going to describe it until we get there because it's amazing. What's next? Secrets. Mukumuku is from Green Hill Forest, and his position in our eventual army is the Special Forces.
I love my Special Forces squirrel.
Yes. Secret number 2 is that cape's got nothing to do with him flying, but... Why do I got to investigate a flying squirrel anyway? The character says. Secret number 3. Looks like he used to live in the forest around Green Hill, but he sometimes visits Kyaro Town in Highland. Secret number 4. He's the leader of his tribe. He's brave with a sense of honor, too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, which is all very true about Mukumuku. Mukumuku has submits 3 suggestions to the suggestion box. The first one is
No.
That's all I need to hear.
the second one is
No.
Hell yeah. Yep.
the third one is,
No.
and that's all I have
It's
for
a
that.
beautiful performance, Chris.
Thank
you.
Thanks.
Cook-off intro?
Your favorite flying squirrel and mine. It's Mukumuku. I wonder what he likes to eat.
Cool. War.
Never changes. I'll put this one on you, Eric. Do you think Mukumuku can participate in war
I
battles?
can hope so, dude.
No, he can't. Sorry.
Oh,
That's all I've got for Mukumuku.
finish.
It's a great time.
I then approach and go into my house. It looks fine on the outside, a bit secluded and just outside of town. I enter and I'm greeted by a set of 4 massive stone columns. Am I a rich kid again?
No, you're at the dojo, Eric.
Okay.
So this
It's not my house, it's the dojo.
You live at the karate studio.
Okay. So that's not a rich person. I don't know. If my dad owns his own karate studio, I assume he's got a good business going.
That's true.
There is very clearly a dojo or something in the center of the first 4, complete with a shitload of weapons lying in the corner on the room.
Yeah, did you investigate any of these items?
I didn't know you can investigate items until just now.
Okay, well, I will tell you many of them now that I found. There's so many here that I only wrote down the interesting ones. A half-filled bottle of wine, a blue dragon sword, a pair of swords, a bag of potatoes, Nanami's 3 favorite vases, and a crate filled with practice weapons. Then I went to the back of this place. I didn't go out the door yet, but I found a hidden stash of snacks,
Oh boy.
some cooking stuff, a basket of vegetables, and a broom. In parentheses, it says, for sweeping up area.
Oh, for area.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you go in the bedroom?
I love area. Yeah, I found a question mark book on the shelf, and later, if you get that appraised, it is what?
Old Book Volume 1.
Hell yeah, we're getting
Yeah.
old books again.
Mhm.
The room up top is a split bedroom.
There's like a divider between the beds. It's not like there's not a wall.
Yeah, at some point, I didn't know there were a description, so I speculated. I couldn't figure out what was in the pot. I guessed leeks or bok choy.
Well, let's see. There's a bag of rice, a flower pot filled with amaryllis, and the food is Nanami's sweet and sour pork. Smells good,
Ugh.
is what it says. If you can also investigate the bed, one is my bed, one is Nanami's bed. And if you investigate the bed in the bottom part of the room, it is called Grandpa's bed, not slept in recently.
You think Rio's going to ask Rena how to investigate a bet? Never mind. Terrible joke.
Ding noise. No, can't wipe out.
You ready to go out the back?
Yeah, let's go out the back door.
I go out the back and new music, beautiful morning plays. Is Nanami crouches down by a headstone, leaps up, then falls over, overwhelmed with excitement about seeing Riou.
Yeah, and if you remember, we saw this in the intro pixel art thing that we saw. We saw both of our characters back here praying to this little gravestone. She tackles him, right? The animation is terrific.
Yeah, it says, oh, Riou, and we get a choice. I'm back or here I am. I say I'm back, and Nanami rushes over and tackles me. It makes it and she starts audibly shaking me.
Yeah.
Like it's a violent embrace.
It's great.
She says, are you okay? Are you okay? You're not hurt? Where have you been? Was everyone really killed? Huh? So she thought he was dead, right?
Yeah.
She finishes Riou off by slamming his head into the ground, and I swear it produces a star coming out as a special effect.
It's great.
It's punch out.
She was so worried. I think this first scene is designed in the same way that the Gremio cooking dinner scene is designed, like to tell you so much about this main character, the character that cares about you, the protagonist of this game, the most.
Yes.
In the first case, the first game is Gremio. In this case, our Gremio is our sister, Nanami. We get a lot of information about Nanami's get down here. It's great.
She continues, thank goodness I was so worried. Riou then slides out from under Nanami, and she says, are you really okay? Did you do anything funny? Was there really a state sick? Was there...
The state are sick.
Well, no, she says, was there really an state spy? So
okay.
I wrote sick as like the brackets, like spelling error.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay.
I heard there was a surprise attack. They say the spies work as a pair. Lots of soldiers are hunting for them, so they should catch them soon. Oh, that's right. How's Jowy? Is he okay? So she's like motor mouthing through all these questions without giving me a chance to answer.
It's great.
Riou leans in and whispers into her ear, and she says, really? Thank God, so you came back together. Then she slams Riou's head down into the ground again and says, what? That's ridiculous. Riou and Jowy spies? That's silly, right? But Captain Rout came back here and said, you should report to him whenever you come back. Let's run away, Riou. Don't worry. Whatever you did, Riou, I'll always be here for you. Now let's go. Chris, this as a non-anime person, this to me seems heavy on the anime.
Yes.
Like, is this like a trope, I assume, of like the motor mouth, bubbly?
Yeah, but I think that could be extended to non-anime media as well. Like but I do feel that anime has a lot of these.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I feel like I know Nanami before I met her.
Yeah.
As we walk back in the house, Nanami power slams Riou out the back door and he cartoon splatters against the side of the cliff face.
Yeah, some Looney Tunes animation here. It's wonderful.
She says, wait a minute. She then drags Riou back to the headstone saying she forgot something.
Yes.
Hey, we're here to say goodbye, Grandpa Genkaku. Then music, reminisce, ensemble version plays.
Mm-hmm.
Riou takes a knee. Nanami says this is good. She then kneels down next to Riou and says, Grandpa Genkaku, we may never come back here, but please always protect Riou and me. Please, good. Now we're ready. Let's go. Nanami joins the party.
Hooray!
Chris, what do you do at graves when you visit graves?
Be sad. Look at them.
And be sad?
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Great.
I don't think. Is there anything else you can do? Smoke a cigarette?
Some people talk to the graves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Leave
shit.
Leave precious memorabilia. Yeah. Leave stuff.
Let's talk about Nanami.
Yes, Nanami's here. She's
Star.
in our party. She's the star of the Tenju star, the star of longevity.
Age.
She is age 16, Eric.
Okay. What is Riou? 17? 18?
I've done some research on Rio's age, and according to the Suikoden wiki, he is question mark years old.
Okay, great. So he's a Ted. Wonderful.
Yes.
Weapon.
Nanami's weapon is the Tri-Nunchaku, a segmented staff, a selfie weapon, sort of, except she's got an extra bar.
An extra, like,
What
segment.
are the individual segments of a nunchaku called?
Fignet.
Initializing fakenet.
A nunchaku is made up of 8 parts, all with different names. There is no formal name for just the stick.
Anyway, her weapons are called the Flower Rod, the Blossom Rod, or the Eden Rod.
Unites.
Unite attack, she can participate in the Family Attack, which is amazing. Have you seen it?
Yeah, her and Riou combine and just do combos on somebody, but sometimes, like, she doesn't participate and falls asleep or whatever.
First of all, one of the neat things about it is that the battle music stops.
Mm-hmm.
All of the attacks are one frame of animation. So it's like you're looking at the succession of attacks in, like, Polaroids or something. Because there's almost like a camera snapping kind of sound effect with it. But occasionally, the Family Attack will convert to the Leisure Attack, and Nanami will do other shit. I'll just read the Suikoden wiki description of it. In the Leisure Attack, Nami will start slacking off by cheering, eating, drinking, reading manga, and singing as Riou keeps on attacking. When this happens, Nanami will not be unbalanced, and she will recover some HP after the attack.
Nice.
However, the damage to the opponent will lessen as well. If Nanami is equipped with the Leisure set, which is like an item set, the rate at Nanami performing this Leisure Attack will be raised.
Secrets.
Secrets.
Non-spoiler secrets.
Nanami is originally obviously from Kyaro. Her position in the army will be Royal Guard. She's my personal guard. She's my sister. Secret number 2 is, wow, I feel sorry for you, all right. You had to eat her cooking when you were growing up. Blech. Secret number 3, it sounds like she really wants to go back to Kyaro. She's lots of memories from there. Secret number 4, does she really have to train all night long? All the soldiers complain about the noise she makes.
Oh, suggestions?
The first one's called, hey, this is the suggestion box, huh? Just wanted to see if you read this. Hee 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 hee. See ya, bro.
Nice.
Next one's called home. Everyone here is so nice, but I still want to go back to Kyaro someday, don't you? Cook-off introduction. There must be some rough meals for Riou growing up. Let's hear it for Nanami. And then Nanami responds with, huh? What? What do you mean?
War.
Nanami is a support unit in the war battles, which we'll get to more on that later. Her wounded quote is none, because she cannot be wounded. Her death quote is none, because she cannot die in the war battles.
Important.
Yeah. And that is all I have for Nanami.
And that's all we have for this episode of the show, episode 3 of season 4, part 2, which is episode 25.
Yeah, probably. It's in the file name.
Yeah.
Maybe. Check it out in the metadata, perhaps. Oh, you want to consult the RealNet, Eric?
Yeah, absolutely.
Initializing RealNet.
See me next time for RealNet. It's RealNet.
Discord crash yet?
No. 399 messages.
Okay. That's nice.
Thank you, RealNet, for joining us. We actually have a good crowd here
We're
today.
shifting the times around. It's a rare. I think our last morning episode had to be like fall 2021.
Yeah, it was a while. It's a while ago.
Remember, it wasn't cold yet.
Okay, here we go. Psycho Paladin Jr. says, damn steamheads, which I think was there when people were talking about the soldiers. Remember?
The Kislev Steam Team?
Yeah.
Can't forget that.
Totally forgot about that. Eric Von Nine says, Suikoden 2 has some great weirdos, which is true already.
Absolutely.
Blackie Mars says, succession of weirdos.
I don't know that there's a precedent for getting a flying squirrel on my RPG team. So I support this.
Yes. Blackie Mars says, you got hit by a knife? Suikoden me.
Can we ban?
No, we don't ban for fun comments.
Okay.
Cal L says Odessa is the sewer star.
Sewer star?
Yeah. Many people chastising me for my phrasing when I said she's 18, it's important for later.
Yeah.
It was important for later.
I mean, I believe 18 should be the age of consent universally, but I understand in some states and provinces that is lower in 16.
Yeah, but it was
still, when there's fucking in my PlayStation video game rated T for teen, I would prefer it to be implied between adults.
Yes, that's...
This game is rated T, right? Where's the box?
It's back there. Don't worry about knocking... That's the other one. Yeah, T for teen, you're right. Psycho Paladin Jr. says, I always wanted to die from a circus attack.
I think it's funny that the original Suikoden is rated kids to adults and they're swearing in that game.
Yeah.
Good job.
They didn't read it. John Doe says, being able to outdrink Victor is a terrifying benchmark. What if Victor is like a secret lightweight?
He just talks a big game, but he can't hold any liquor at all. He just processes it right through.
Grace Wandeer says, I had Irish twins, would not recommend. Yeah, that sounds bad. That sounds worse than regular twins. Because like with regular twins, you could at least share
do
clothes.
The same shit at the same time.
Yeah. Like I would get, if my kids were 1 year apart, I would get confused about like whose emotional intelligence is greater. You know what I mean?
Especially if they have to be in the same grade.
Eric Van says, can't have limp microphones on Sonic Speed. It's true.
Yeah. Maybe my breath is just too powerful and it's bending it down.
Powerful breath. Blackie Mars says, ACAB, all circuses are bastards.
I mean, really, didn't the Barnum and Bailey finally shut down recently?
There are still circuses, but they're more like lesser versions of Cirque du Soleil, where it's just
no animal abuse.
Yeah, just human trapeze shit.
Okay.
At least that's what I heard recently when someone said, I'm going to a circus.
Human trapeze shit.
Not literally. Oh yeah, John Doe says, low-key Karnov energy on Bolgan's design and skill set.
Karnov. Oh my god.
Yeah, Karnov, the first video game I ever rented.
Fuck.
Something, isn't it?
I think mine was Mario 2.
Cal L says, definitely reminds me of the mini random JRPG song, Tilda Dance Club Mix, Tilda, I downloaded in the late 90s.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of Gundam song remixes.
Perfect for overlaying on top of your fan-made OVA compilations.
Psycho Paladin Jr. says, God bless the Super Troopers, which those border guards were kind of like Super Troopers.
A little bit, yeah. Open to hijinks.
Mm-hmm. Panda Pajama 17 says, can I get a double beef rune instead?
Beef by beef.
John Doe says, I really love soundtrack titles like Ultimate Enemy or Insurmountable Challenge or Battle Against Somewhat Stronger Enemies. Eric Van Eyne posts a picture of Don Draper, and at the bottom it says, nostalgia. It's delicate but potent. It's very true. Thank you, Don.
He may have actually said that, right?
I'm pretty sure that's just, it's just a gif of him saying that.
We won't tell them what Suikoden means, but we'll imply that it means war. Does it? It doesn't matter. Suikoden is whatever you want it to be.
John Doe says in all caps, hey guys, it's me, the person who worked on Game from Your Childhood, and boy, do I have a Kickstarter for a spiritual successor for you to donate to.
Keyword, donate.
That's nostalgia. Eric Van Eyne says, Jowy controls the spice.
Spice is life.
Eric Van Eyne says, Riou tempted Jowy to join the Unicorn Brigade. Maybe that's why they want to disown Jowy, because it's like you went off and joined the military even though you didn't have to, unless this is required service. We don't know that really. Psycho Paladin Jr. says, Pentasquirrel, Special Forces, the new Foxhound. Thank you, RealNet, for joining us tonight. We will see you
tonight
in a matter of moments.
This morning.
It's not tonight, but in my brain it's tonight, except for I'm less tired. Morning recording. This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia, recorded on the morning of June 26, 2022. Find us on Twitter at RetroAmnesiaPod and email the podcast at podcast@retrogradeamnesia.com. Support us on Patreon at patreon.com/retroam. Get early access and bonus episodes for $3, miniseries for $5, access to the RealNet for $1. Thank you, Mark
Shepard,
for the introductory music. It's great.
Grass, you're welcome. Okay, I got another one.
Until next time, Eric.
Yes, we will kill God.
And now you may go back to Grandpa's bed.
Homesickness.
Plays. A collective of patrons who are listening to us record and watch. No. I wonder what kind of cuisine this. One time the wrong groceries were delivered to my house and we got a bunch of those. And so I was like, oh, I'll put these in the freezer in case we ever need some like immediate sustenance.
Hell yeah.
And I think they're still there.
Okay.
Maybe one has been eaten.
So you never know when there's another pandemic and the grocery store runs out of food. You better keep those.
And that's true. What else we got?
War,
War.
wounded, and death.
Suggestions. She'll have two different suggestion boxes.
Jowy asks about this I'm sorry. Rena says, hey, Jowy introduces himself and also me. So I already said that too, didn't I? Fucking shit. Rena says, hey, so are we. We've been all to the villages around here. It's time for somewhere new. The only problem is, and then Ellie interrupts to say, I told you it would be okay. Don't worry about the Miss Monster. After all, I'm here. Jowy asked, did we already do this?
I think we did. Yeah.
Fuck it.
Unless I jumped in with the character profiles too early.
Possible. Jowy asked, we'll get it on tape anyway.
Okay.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. No, go ahead.
No, I was good. We're
past it. We can't be through the magic of editing. We can go back, Chris.
Remember? Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to pretend like we just talked about the Unicorn Brigade.
Unicorn Brigade, yeah.
So there's your fucking
traitor ass coach.
What's his name?
Fucking 8 beers in the third inning.
What's his name? Yeah,
Roud?
No, I was trying to think of the actor's name who plays the coach in Friday Night Lights.
Oh, I never seen that.
Kyle Chandler.
Oh, he's cool.
Yeah. Anyway.
The lady upstairs at that place, he believes that does not believe that Riou is really a spy, but Riou, fuck me, dude.
There's a book called The Sympathizer, which is about a spy, North Vietnamese spy that is embedded with the South Vietnamese during the fall of Shanghai and gets relocated to, I think, somewhere in California, maybe San Francisco, this whole community of Vietnamese refugees, and he is trying to contact his North Vietnamese sympathizers. But anyway, the whole book is written as his confession, and he does not use quotation marks in dialogue.
Oh, Jesus.
And sometimes sentences are left unfinished and stuff like that, and it doesn't make any fucking sense the whole time. But when you get through it, you understand that, and like one of my favorite books. But it was difficult to read. It was hard to get through all that shit.
Yeah.
That's where that's why I fell in love with the word crapulent.
Oh, good.
Because
it's a great word.
He refers to a guy that he has to work with as the crapulent major. So anyway.
Correction on a book you read and I didn't. When you said Shanghai, did you mean Saigon?
I did, yes.
Okay,
yes.
just making sure.
Yeah, Shanghai did not fall.
Yeah.
Podcast coffee.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, Saigon, fall of Saigon. Jesus Christ. Okay.
All right, you want to go to Jowy's house?
Eric Van Eyne said, you know who else had a difficult book?
Who?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. Holy Jesus Christ. He wrote the whole Bible himself with his fingers.